Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach, guys. What is going on? Little late night video. Just been sitting here thinking surely these rankings are coming out soon. So I'm going to smash a video out. Had work today, so it wasn't too bad. Bit of a stretch, but hope your weekend went alright. And full disclosure, I thought I had an absolute stinker this week. Then Langers messaged me and he said, mate, you went okay. I thought, no fucking way. Because I butchered the skipper, right? I butchered the captain. I'll show you that in a minute. So I threw the towel and I cracked the shits. And I thought, well, stuff SuperCoach. I was thinking, oh, Jesus, I've done so much good work early in this year and I've just stuffed it. But totally went overboard and it's not too bad. Now, I was also talking to Langers, and I actually, before I get into it, appreciate all your support, guys, on the live session. We'll be going live again on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, and I've been doing a bit of a quiz. I know I mentioned the quiz the other day in the live session if people were interested, so I'm thinking we'll take questions for 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it might be, and then we'll just tack on a little quiz towards the end and just see what kind of a response that gets. I just think it could be a bit of fun. So, speaking of new things though, and me and Langers were talking about this before, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion before I jump into the team. But what do you make of that new show that Fox Footy had? I think most of us have Fox or KO at the very least. I'm a KO operator at home, and what's it called? Best on Ground. Now, it's not easy to be funny, and I'm not saying I'm the funniest guy going around, but I'm also not on national TV. Now, I don't know what to make of it. What do you think of it? Now, look, Nathan Buckley, for me, I like him. I like listening to his opinion on footy. I like his serious analysis. And Bucks, I think that's where it should about stop. You're not a sort of, you can be funny, but in your own sort of hard ass, I'm a tough alpha male sort of guy. You shouldn't be doing skits. You shouldn't pretend to be on maths or Geordie Shore. Acting, not your strong suit, mate. When he was bloody yelling Geordie Shore stuff, I was like, oh, fuck, what is going on here? It was, I don't know. I'll give it another chance. I'll watch it again, but I don't know. Brownie's a very funny guy. I liked it, but Cats have come back. One of the best wins going around. I'm pumped. I'm thinking, how good's this cap game? Going to be awesome post-match here. And then before I know it, Howie's yelling at me, going, Brownie, what's going on? Oh, Nathan Buckley's in the house. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I want to see what the boys are doing. Joel Selwood's, breaking records. He's walking through a guard of honour. And Howie's cracking gags. And we got bloody Rewalt talking smack. I'm like, what's happening here? So I don't know. Parts of it I thought was funny. Other parts I felt just were a little bit forced. I don't know, but I always prefer people to give something a crack. Like when Buckley, probably went out of his comfort zone, I was like, okay, this could be funny. And I wanted it to be funny, but the more I watched, the more I was like, oh, shit. I think this is cringe. I just think it's cringe. But if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you will. I'm really interested to see. Me and Langers agreed. It didn't land for us, particularly just going bang, straight into the show. Maybe it was an advertising ploy to get most people on board, cutting it almost immediately after the final siren. Didn't like that if that's what they're going to do from now on. Anyway, there's Shorty ramble over. Team, rankings, etc. 2,210. And we're heading in the right direction. Just cracked the 12,000 overall, just as you can see by one little spot there. So round rank went down, but that's, much of a muchness. It's still a solid week score. And what is all important is the season rank going in the right direction. Now, I haven't looked at all these scores. Like I said, I cracked the shits, threw the toys out of the cot, and said, fuck SuperCoach. Oh, thanks, winner, chicken. Yep, thank you, Colonel. Oh, God, Lockie Neal, what the fuck? Is that a double score? Is that what he scored? No, you can't score. You can't score 52.5, so he must have scored 150. Did he? Because in my head, I'm thinking that could have been a 70. He scored 105. Oh, that's why I cracked it. See, if I was just open-minded and just didn't absolutely go off my nut, I could have just checked it and it would have saved me wallowing in self-pity for 48 hours. But that's okay. Well, that's not too bad. So here's my thing, right? Clayton Oliver, I was really confident he'd have a good game. but I wasn't sure if I'd have a loophole or not. I thought it was likely I'd have a loophole, but hard to tell. Put the VC on him. In hindsight, I just should have backed him in and gone C. In the end, it didn't really matter because my backups were Cripps, Neil, and Grundy. In the end, it was, not too much going on really, but not a major difference. So anyway, but yeah, I'd really cracked it. I had Dill Stevens on the field, pissed me off. I had, what else did I do? Something else pissed me off. Heaney just not going bonkers when you trade him in. I was like, you bastard. And, something else annoyed me. I can't remember what it was. What were some of the games? Annoyed me early. Dill Stevens annoyed me real early just because I'd shown faith in Josh Ward the other day. Not that he went bonkers, but, I just thought, that's a disgusting score. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. Let's just go through the team. Short is proving to be one of the most reliable defenders in the game. We love that. Crisp, not a poor score, but, he looked like he played all right from the small portions of the game I saw. I had a bit of an event on, just a casual little gathering. But fair to say my attention firmly turned to the TV when that fourth quarter was panning out the way it did. Jordan Ridley, happy I kept him. That's what pissed me off. Tim English annoyed the shit out of me because I couldn't get him. That's right. So, what did Jared Witt score? I haven't looked yet. Shit. What's up, baby? Oh, I swear he gave away so many free kicks. That's another thing I cracked it. I was watching races on Saturday and the Gold Coast GWS game, and I was just, one of me races went like trash, cracked it. Gamble responsibly, obviously. And then I was watching this game. I swear to God he gave away that many free kicks. What did he do? Yeah, he gave away 4 frees. He's still nearly tonned up. Gee, he must have been the most effective 9-disposal 31 hit-out game of all time. Anyway, so, yeah. In the end, should have just checked the scores. Would have saved me a hell of a lot of time because I was pretty flat about the old SuperCoach. And normally I can predict the scores relatively well by just watching the game. This week was not a good example of that. But Ridley was really good. Honestly, I ummed and ahed. I messaged Langham's. I said, this bloke's a fucking nightmare to watch. He's like, bro, he's on 30. I'm like, what? I must have missed like an intercept or something. But anyway, it's always nicer when it works out that way. Hewitt brought him in. Really, really good. He's as solid as anything. Hinge was fantastic. How about old mate taking kick-ins? Wasn't that just a joy to see when they grab that sharing out of the bucket and you go, just walk out of that square, my friend. Paddy McCartan, wasn't his best game, but just intercepts, he just finds a way. DeConning, I'm not sure how many of those 50 points was scored in the first half. He actually had some pretty handy touches when he went forward. Concerns me that he went forward in terms of a holding your spot point of view, but I feel like that was just a thing they changed up to try and get back in the game. And Gibcus, that's his highest score of the year, I believe. Excuse me. McRae probably was triple figures until he ran through that protected zone, and I think you lose about 8 points for a 50 given away. That hurts, but not his best game. But Oliver was fantastic. Neil, again, look, did he get... My mate Watto said there was a bit of an injury concern that he sort of played through. Not sure. Cripps is just, again, they were talking about him being one of the best players on the ground. That was before the Hawthorn comeback, so I'm not sure what else happened. And Rowell, I felt like he didn't play amazing, but he must have had a lot of... I reckon he had high tackles and a lot of contested possessions. Because I felt like he didn't get a lot of the ball. 13 tackles. Yeah, all right. That'll do it. Because that was another thing. And 11, yeah, nice. Horn Francis, not quite his 95 or whatever the week before, but solid. Dacos, lovely. He's going to be a great little cash cow. Dill Stevens. That's just a cash-raising killer, my friend. That just stoops your generation. Solid 50s from the Hawks boys on the bench there. Hasselhoff, nothing too great. Great first half. I think he had about 11 touches in the first. Got that carried away that I ran out of time. So, had a really nice first half, did Hoff. Barely saw it in the second half. So, Grundy, again, I think, not a day to remember, but it's solid. Wits, we already touched on him. And Dixon, hello, a little bit of ruck time for Hugo. What's going on, mate? Now, a lot of you guys would have had Jack Hayes potentially at R2. I did say, come on, he's vulnerable with those riders back in. Marshall, he only scored 50-odd. Langus informs me they had some nice touches, but I feel as if you're going to rely on him at R2 for an extended period of time. It could let you down, but bear that in mind. And Jack Steele, there was no need to panic on him, guys. Come on, the bloke's a machine. And a lot of the guys we talked about, funnily enough, Whitfield scored okay, and Gawn was really nice. Like I said the other day, there'll be times when Gawn is the guy to score and Jackson just chucks in a 70. So it came to fruition, and that could swap next week. So that's probably why I was comfortable to trade him out, because he's obviously plummeting in cash, which Steele is as well. You might mount the same case, but I just think a bit more conjecture over the role in terms of Gawn, where Steele is rock solid. So anyway, yeah, look, hopefully Dixon can continue to get a little bit of ruck time, lay a few tackles, and just I'll be happy if he can pump out some 60s for me. Dunkley was great. Heaney just has such effectiveness with his touches, but it was just didn't seem to click for the Swans. Butters, gosh, it was the first time I got to watch Port, and enthralling finish to the game. That was nuts. But I was watching it going, gee, he's been great the first 2 weeks. He looks nothing like it. I wasn't watching it super close. We were sort of chatting a few mates and stuff, but yeah, every time you sort of watch it for 30, 40 seconds, you're like, it's just not rolling his way. It just wasn't his day. So it's he'll be right, but wasn't his best. Cornelio, hello. Anyone sensing a keeper? Keeper for 260k, anyone? Jack Zeeble vibes? Anybody? I like it. That's great. Will Brodie, sexy stuff, just really capitalising on the lack of Fife in Will Brodie's life, and he's just whacking out a 90 very nicely. Cherry, very good. It wasn't the possessions this time around, it was the tackles. I think he laid 8 tackles, so a ruckman that can lay that amount of tackles is super important. Oh, yeah, Corey Durden, I reckon, pissed me off too. So I traded him out for Heaney. I'm sensing 80 plus here. I'm sensing 80 plus. I'm going to cover it up too. I'm going to cover it up. What do you have? Just had the 11 touches. Okay, 73. All right, he must have got pretty quiet after, maybe like after the first quarter almost. He started like a house on fire. Anyway, that's me sweating the small stuff. Doesn't really matter. So Rochelle being on the bench was probably helpful for me. So that's why I was like, look, if I didn't make that trade, I would have had Rochelle on the field. So in a way, that was a win. And look, Martin's really consistent and about to boom in some real serious price very soon, which is great. Excuse me. Yeah, so overall, surprisingly pleasing. Surprisingly pleasing. Now, I think a couple of you pricks peeped me on the line here. Let me have a look. Couple of L's there. That's no good. The L in Bragg is by 5 points. God, that kills you. Got a dub there in me league. Dub against Langers. Oh, what's up, Langs? Got you just there, mate. 12 points. Oh, boy. Shorty SuperCoach 2. Bomb Tom's getting me by 12 points. You got to hate that. Win there. Win there. Oh, W's, baby. And, oh, yeah, I went down by a little bit there. So congrats to the insider, Ben. Doing some good stuff there. But, yeah, look. Overall, gee, I'm going trash in that league. That last league, not going too good. But, yeah, look, overall, it's nice when you check your side feeling not too optimistic and it actually turns out the other way. I feel like it often goes the other way. So, early thoughts on trades. It's early, but probably none. So, there's no one that I feel needs to leave my side, anything drastic. All my premiums, I feel like I've moved them around and they're doing what I like. Butters was down for the week, but, I'm very confident in him being a gun. So it might just be a matter of there might be some Rookies to potentially correct to, I haven't really looked too closely, but Hoff's not exactly lighting the world on fire, but I feel like I draw a bit of confidence from the way he played. But yeah, look, I think, let me know how you guys went out there. I'll be posting this one. Obviously, it'll probably be about midnight by the time it goes up, but I'll have it on the Facebook page as well. AFL SuperCoach 360. You can find them in the link below if you're interested in some SuperCoach chat. It's a real good community there, and I post a few things on there throughout the week as well. But yeah, otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap this bad boy up and get stuck into editing it and hopefully get it up before midnight. And I'll call it a night, I think. Might just get sort of a TAFE and get stuck into the week. So hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope your team's travelling nicely. And I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.